What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Willie. I hope you're having a fantastic day and I hope you enjoyed today's video. Today, I'm going to show you how to make Oreos. It's a really basic recipe. 2 cookies with a cream cheese buttercream in the center, then sandwiched together, and then you eat it. It could not get any simpler. At least from my understanding, it could not get any simpler. So with that being said, let's make this, shall we? Rightio. So, Oreo cookies. They're not the most complicated cookie to make, let's be honest. It's a chocolate cookie filled with a cream cheese frosting. Yet, everybody loves them. And that's including myself, by the way. I do like a good Oreo. So today, I'm going to show you the easiest way possible on how to accomplish the perfect Oreo cookie from home. So the first thing on the agenda is going to be the chocolate cookie dough. And this, my friends, could not get any simpler. So we're going to first start with the dry ingredients. Into a medium-sized bowl, sift together 130 grams of all-purpose flour, 35 grams of cornflour or cornstarch, that's if you come from the USA, which is then followed by 35 grams of Dutch unprocessed cocoa powder. And by the way, make sure it's unsweetened. And finally, half a teaspoon of bicarbonate soda, in other words, baking soda, which in metric measurements, that equals to 3 grams. Sift it all together. Once it's all sifted, add a fine pinch of sea salt, equaling to around about 1 gram. Then just give it some good old whiskey business to evenly distribute all them ingredients, and that's how dry ingredients sorted. Just set it on one side for later on. Now next, into a generous sized bowl like this one, you want to combine together 95 grams of softened unsalted butter, and then using electric beater, beat it until smooth. And now start gradually adding in 135 grams of caster sugar, just so that it incorporates into the butter evenly, and continue beating together until it goes nice and light and fluffy, just like this. Now the time has come, grab your dry ingredients and add half to your butter mixture and mix together until there's no dry lumps of flour left, and it should look something like this. Then pour in 20 ml of whole milk along with a few drops of black gel food colouring, which is totally optional. It just makes for a darker cookie, making it look more like an Oreo. And then you want to add in the remaining of the dry ingredients and mix it again until it starts to clump together. And then just get rid of the spatula as you don't need it anymore. And now you want to get your hands in there and pull it together into a ball of dough. And do me a favour, do not overwork it. You will lose that crispy crisp, which makes an Oreo an Oreo. You got that? Now we're ready to roll the dough out. For us to get a very similar texture to an actual Oreo, we've got to roll the dough out pretty thin, and I'm talking 3 to 4 millimeter thickness. And the best way to do that is to roll it out between 2 large sheets of non-stick parchment paper. Generously dusting the bottom sheet with some unsweetened cocoa powder, then place the dough into the center and lightly dust the top of the dough with some cocoa powder as well, just so that the other sheet of non-stick parchment paper does not stick, because that wouldn't be fun at all. At the beginning it may be a bit difficult to start rolling, so you just gotta press it down gently with a rolling pin, just to make it more pliable, and then you want to roll it out to a thickness of around 3 to 4 millimeters. And now using a 3 to 4 centimeter cookie cutter, start cutting out your cookies. And then place them onto a large baking tray lined with some non-stick mat or non-stick parchment paper. And by the way, you only want to bake 16 on a tray at one time. And by the way, you just reuse the scraps over and over again until you run out. This recipe will make enough for 50 shells, equaling to 25 cookies in total. And you want to bake these at 180 degrees Celsius, or if you've got the fan setting on your oven, 160 degrees Celsius, for about 10 to 12 minutes, or until the tops have gone dry to the touch and crisp. If you've got the fan setting, I recommend you use it. It makes for a more evenly baked cookie. And make sure you turn the tray around halfway through the baking so that they bake nice and evenly and not a single one of them is overbaked. Then remove from the oven and place on a wire rack to cool for 10 minutes. Then using an offset spatula, carefully slide them off the tray and place them on a wire rack to cool the rest of the way. So now whilst the cookies are cooling down, we're going to start to make our cream cheese frosting. And this, exactly the same as a cookie, is really easy to make as well. So combine together 45 grams of softened unsalted butter, and then using an electric beater, beat it together to smooth it out a bit. Then right after, add in 90 grams of full fat cream cheese. I'm using mascarpone. Don't even think about using low fat cream cheese. None of that nonsense. It tastes rubbish, and you know that deep down. And now beat it together until it's just combined. Do not overmix, otherwise the cream cheese and the butter will split. Then add in 200 grams of icing sugar, in other words confection sugar. I like to add it in 2 stages. I find it makes it easier to incorporate, and it stops it from going all over your kitchen. And once all the sugar's been added, continue beating until pale in colour. Then you're going to add in half teaspoon to a teaspoon of vanilla bean paste and beat it again until combined, and that should be the perfect consistency. If it's still a bit thick, add about 10 to 15 milliliters of whole milk. And now that's your cream cheese buttercream done. Get your cream cheese buttercream, fill up your pint bag, fit it with a star tip, circular tip, wherever you bloody desire, matey. And now the time has come, it's assembling time. Which is extremely simple, if you didn't know. First, start with one of your cookies, flat side up, pipe it up with about 1 to 1.5 teaspoons of your cream cheese frosting, right in the center of your cookie. Don't add too much unless you like it bursting out the sides. And then place on top the other cookie, flat side down, pressing it down gently to evenly distribute the cream cheese frosting. And that's it. They can be stored in an airtight container at room temperature, and they can also be stored in the fridge, and they'll last about a week or two. Or you can enjoy them right away. That's up to you, but I recommend you eat them as soon as possible. The fresher they are, the better they are. But anyway, that's enough talking. Let's cut this thing open and let's see the crust section. And would you have a look at that? That looks like one hell of an Oreo, wouldn't you agree? And that's it. That's how you make Oreos completely from scratch from home. This recipe is really basic and really simple to follow. We nailed the texture. It has that crispy crisp, which an Oreo should have, and also the flavour is there too. It tastes great. If you love Oreos as a snack and you're a fan of them, I hope you give these a try. I guarantee it, you will not be disappointed. But with all that being said, if you enjoyed today's video or you learned something, please like, subscribe if you haven't already, considering it's completely free. And I'll see you guys next week with another video. Take care guys, see you next time.